Okay, now let's see all these things together. We have done, so first of all, we will try to play with this without Redis for persisting. And these are the different arguments which we are passing to the cookies, right? HTTP only, secure, same size, maximum age, right? These are really very important to make your cookies secure. For now, we are going to test it from the Postman. So we will make it less secure so we can test it. So secret is actually the key. Based on that, it will create a secret resave. That means whether the session should be saved again or not. Save uninitialized. Can we store the session with undefined? No. And these are the HTTP only true. The cookies cannot be accessed via JavaScript if the HTTP only is true using document.cookies. So it will prevent the accesses attack. Secure false. If you want to make secure true, then you can test it only on the HTTPS. I'm making it false for now, so I can test it on the Postman. Same site. The next argument is this same site, so that this allows sending cookies only to the top level navigation like the HTTP post, and not in every HTTP request which are for images, font files and all, right? And strict same site, so only same site can exchange done. And then maximum age, which is all about the expiry. Okay, you should keep the expiry of the cookies minimum as possible so that they cannot be stolen and used. Now let's start the application and see this in the live. Using Postman, we are going to hit this. And we have Auth login, that's another API. So first of all, we can just do the simple sign up. Sign up means creating the user in the database. So we have post. I am able to create a user. I need to just fix the endpoint. I think it's a users, not user. So I will just remove it. It's users. User already exists. I can create a new user. User 2. Okay, maybe I can create one more. Already all these users exist. So we just pass the unique email and have your users get created. So I have already created a user. Now I will just do the login. Okay, I will do the login with the same. Here we are going to pass username and password because passport local strategy, and we also got the cookies. So this is important part because we are doing a session based authentication, and this section is important, how we are extracting the cookies. So we entered a username, password, login, and once the login response, we are getting the cookies. So this cookie is HTTP only, source is this, and same cookies will be sent because we are using localhost. So when you send another request, the same cookie will be forwarded, right? So let's see that. Now we will just try to use this cookie. I mean, you can actually change it, alter it, whatever you want, just to play around with this. But this is the cookie which we got from the login API. Now the same cookie will be forwarded. So this is the me API. Is authenticated, it is checking. So now to test this, we are going to use two different strategies. First, Redis as a store. So in Express session, we are going to pass store as a Redis, or another is just a plain where we don't have a Redis as a store. It's an in-memory database. So if your server starts, your session will be gone. And let's say you do the login and your server crash, right? Then whatever the session or cookies has been received by the client won't be applicable. I mean, you cannot use that cookies because server has lost that session. You cannot log in it. So to prevent this thing in the distributed environment, we can just use Redis as a store. We can persist our session on the Redis. So these are the two different approaches we are going to play with. So first of all, I will just comment out. Let's play with this Redis thing first. For that, look at this code carefully. What we are doing to pass the Redis as a store. So here we are using Redis store from the connect Redis. I'm passing the Redis client, which I got from the Redis service. First, I got the Redis service instance. Then I got the get client. It gives me the Redis client. And I'm creating this store, Redis store. There are lots of compatibility issues of the connect Redis with the Redis and all. So you need to check my code, which version I'm using. So this store I'm passing. So first of all, we are trying to have a demo of the store, store as a Redis. So in this use case, what we are doing is I do the login. I got the cookies. I can check in the Redis. My session persists there. I restart my application. Try to access any protected APIs. I should be able to log in because my session persisted on the Redis. Okay, then there is another use case where I'm not using Redis. Then if the server restarts, my session will be gone. I should not be able to access any protected APIs after that. Okay, that is the use case we are talking here. So I'm doing npm run start, and let's see, npm run start dev. I need to go into the correct directory for doing that. And my application started. Now let's see the end-to-end APIs, how we are talking to the APIs and how we are receiving the cookies. So first of all, I will just try to do the login. Simple post. This is my body, test, email and password. And I got the cookies. That's it. Cookies has been created. This is the cookies. Okay. Everything is good. Now I will just try to access my session by just doing get. Body is empty. And here you can see authenticated true. And here I have added authentication guard on this session endpoint. If you just go to the auth controller, here you can see I have authentication guard, and which is checking, are you authenticated? Yes, then you can access it. Now, next thing is, so now my session exists. How can I check this session in the Redis? So there is a simple way of doing it. Here you can connect to the Redis, and then you can just query a simple commands. So what I did is Redis CLI. You can just get inside the Redis container, access Redis CLI, and hit keys star. That will give you all the keys which are added in the Redis instantly, right? So here you can see session colon. I mean, you cannot get any meaningful output, but your session keys has been created inside Redis. So that is a good sign. That means once I did the login, Redis session has been generated. Now I will restart my application again. Okay, I restarted. My keys still exist. So because Redis is storing this, my keys exist, and I can access the same endpoint again. If you access the same endpoint again, you can still see you're authenticated, right? So this is how the Redis is persisting your session. So in the second attempt, now we are not going to use the Redis at all. Let's see. I will just do a simple login first, get my session. I got my cookies without using Redis as a store, but this session is not persisted. That means that is in the in-memory of the Node.js. Let's say I change it and try to hit it. The me API, let's say I corrupted the session. Can I access it again? I mean, it should send me 403 forbidden, right? That is correct. I mean, this is the expected behavior when you are just updating the keys. So let's clear out the wrong cookies. I do the login again. Cookies are reset again with the correct values. Now I try to access the session, get, and I got the authenticated true. That means I'm logged in. Now what I will do is I will go to the code again. Maybe I'll just restart the application, right? npm run start dev. So I restarted the session. I cleaned up the memory of the server, and now I try to do this. I'm getting forbidden. So this, once I started the server, everything is gone. That gives us clear indication how it works, right? So these are the two different variants I have explained, one with the Redis store, one with the in-memory. And this is how the express-based authentication works. You can also persist it in any persistent form like database, Redis or anything. But this is how the whole, the flow, type ORM with the Nestjs, type ORM, passport, Redis, all these things are paired together. Okay. I hope you like it. In the next session, we are going to talk about the cookies based authentication, and inside the cookies, we will be returning the token, JWT token. So the session based implementation is done. This was like a very basic, and it's not much popular because now we have moved ahead. We are using SSO, OpenIDC, but earlier these were the authentication forms which we were using in our microservices.